frosted glass.
Alrighty, guys, welcome back to Death Curse Society. It is time for a new show, and we're ready to get into it. I'm Redcranke, your host. I've got Molly Michael, I've got the Colonel, and I've got Zigzag. Let's get into it real quick. Let's go camping.
You're going to Camp Blood, ain't you? You'll never come back again. It's got a death curse.
Our Let's Go Camping topic this time is, and maybe this is the last time we're actually going to talk about this particular movie for a while, but
maybe.
Who knows? Maybe. But we're going to talk a little bit about the Halloween Blu-ray release that's coming out, DVD, digital, all that stuff. Zigzag, give us a lowdown on the Halloween Blu-ray.
Yeah, it seems what I'm reading right now, until we actually get it in hand, we won't really know. I mean, right now it's aesthetics, the steel box, and you have all your versions and everything. But it's just the content we kind of were taking a look at today. You got your deleted scenes, but what I have here are the featurettes that you're going to see on this DVD. And, some of them, albeit short, do sound pretty good. I'll give you a quick rundown of them right here.
All right.
We have a piece called Back in Haddonfield, Making Halloween. Kind of a quick featurette on the making of the film, interviews with the cast and the makers and everything. Looks okay, very short, only about 6 minutes. None of these are real super long, so for you short attention span people, what was I just saying? No, just kidding. Then the second featurette is called The Original Scream Queen. Obviously, Jamie Lee Curtis, kind of her track as Laurie Strode right through. That one looks like it'll be pretty good. The Sound of Fear, what many are saying this is the best featurette on the whole thing, which focuses on John Carpenter and his son, and they can they're scoring the film here. So I'm into that. I want to see that.
Definitely.
Then the next featurette is called The Journey of the Mask, and it kind of follows David Gordon Green and the mask prop master, how they aged it, how they got it to match to make it look like the first film and everything. Again, that one sounds pretty good. 2 minutes, 33 seconds, not very long. And then finally, and this is the one where a lot of people are going to be disappointed, it seems, The Legacy of Halloween, where they sit down with David Gordon Green, John Carpenter, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Jason Blum, and kind of have this big conversation of what they're doing and how they accomplished it. And then, as what they say, it's only 4 minutes, 24 seconds long. As it gets going, they kind of leave you hanging, and just when you think you're going to be getting into something juicy, it's over.
Man,
there's quite a few featurettes there, but I don't know. I'd like a little bit of a long, little documentary attached to it, 45 minutes, an hour. That's what I like to see. But yeah. We got to give it its day in court.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'll be picking it up, as soon as it drops. I'll be running across the street to my Best Buy and snagging that motherfucker. Let's talk a little bit about deleted scenes. Molly, you got any info on deleted scenes?
Well, the only one I've come across is that one with the knob turner boyfriend talking with the cops, kind of gave a little more explanation of what was going on there with him, but I can see why it was left out. We don't need to see any more of that footbath. So that's the only one I came across. I looked it up, but maybe I missed something, but that's all I saw.
That scene, you see Cameron try to apologize for throwing Allison's phone in the nacho cheese dip or whatever, and then he becomes like they bump into some cops and he becomes a jerk, and he gets arrested, doesn't he? Or gets at least taken in.
Yeah, he gets taken in.
Yeah. But he seems like again, it's just another douchebaggery scene for him. I definitely, like you said, could see where it would be taken out. I was curious when we saw the movie originally, what happened to him.
What happened to him, yeah. It's kind of nice to know that they actually had something filmed for him, but I see why it was taken out. But
Right. I mean, it still still would have left a little bit of a question, like, why didn't that motherfucker get killed? But
all right. Okay, well, he's in jail, all right.
Yeah, we couldn't know why. It sounds like they're planning to bring him back for a sequel, if what I've read is true. Another scene I saw, a scene of Allison jogging, and she comes across this semi-horrific scene where a dog is like dead, hung from a tree. I thought that was pretty interesting. And then at the end of the scene, you see a truck and what might be Michael kind of off in the background, just kind of staring at her as she runs off.
An homage to Lester of the first film. I like it.
Exactly. Yes. Little homage there. Again, I could see why they took it out. I'm not sure with the final cut of the film it would have fit in the timeline, because I didn't think he was already in town with that much time to spare when Allison would be going out for her morning job. Another one that's out there that I just remembered was the shower scene, where the female filmmaker is in the shower and the male comes in wearing the mask, like almost a Psycho kind of deal. And again, I'm glad they cut that, because it didn't do anything for me. But
no.
Yeah.
Man, you guys didn't look hard enough. I found all 8 of them on YouTube.
Eight of them,
did you? Colonel, talk to us a little bit about them.
An extension of the shooting range scene, which I was really digging it, because it just showed Lori, getting in the zone, shooting these mannequins. But then she's like cleaning her guns, and she actually takes a pistol and puts it underneath her neck like this. And then you hear a ding, and she looks at it, and it's the 2 wankers trying to get in and talk to her. So it's like she's about to off herself before they arrived, which I liked it until she put the gun underneath her chin, because it's like I was going to totally ruin Laurie's character throughout the whole movie if they kept it in. So it made sense why they cut it.
I disagree. I think that sounds quite appropriate to the storyline based on the screwed up state of mind she's in, That sounds like it would actually fit, and pretty good. Kind of give you an indicator of where we're at with her, you know what I mean? Because, although they did a great job with her just kind of coming in and being very cold to the wankers, I think they would have filled it out a little bit, Sure, yeah, we saw her sitting at the train tracks screaming when he came by in the bus, so sure, that fits.
Yeah. I think it could have fit. I mean, especially like Zach just said, when she does first sit down with the filmmakers, she's not necessarily all there. She's trying to give them, a little bit of a warning more than anything.
That's the whole point. Yeah, she's batshit crazy. She's gone through a lot, but she's prepped and prepped and prepped. You really think she's going to give up? To me, it was just a big strike against the character. I understand where you guys are coming from. I just don't see how it really would have fit as the prepper and we got to go. Because Micah wins or she kills herself.
I can see both points, Zach's point and Colonel's point. I don't know how it would have played with me if I had seen it in the actual cut, but maybe that's something we can play with later on. Zach?
I mean, it's plausible to me just to think, hey, we caught her at the absolute moment of the end of her rope. She was thinking, or maybe she's just like, remember Lethal Weapon? Martin Riggs had that special bullet that he always, strong character again, but he's fucked up, man, and same kind of thing to me. But I think I would have liked that, the interruption of the doorbell, and then, oh, okay, we snap back onto, what we're doing here, back on track, But I'm not necessarily, maybe she was just like, just, there's a number of ways to look at it to me in that scenario. I look forward to looking at this scene and analyzing it a little bit.
Yeah, I would have to see how intense it was, like how serious she looked.
All right, what else did you see on the deleted scenes, Colonel?
Okay, this was the best deleted scene of them all. It's the deputy and the doctor in the car. It's been a while since I've seen the film. Sorry, the names are slipping me. I don't care.
Yeah.
And the doctor is like, did you ever wear women's underwear? To the cop, and he starts asking these weird fucking questions, and the deputy's kind of like, why are you asking me this? Raising some suspicion, like you can kind of tell he's cracking a little bit. So he's being dead serious. He's not joking. He's really looking at him. Have you ever wore women's underwear? All kinds of weird shit. Made absolutely no sense to have it in the movie. Understandably why it's deleted for a reason. But it's like, okay, so he was showing some signs of being fucking batshit crazy before he decided just to start slashing people and put on Michael's mask.
Yeah. All right. Well,
it sounds like some more of that failed Danny McBride comedy attempt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let's not go down that road. I don't want to go down that road again.
Try to stay positive today.
All right. The one thing, there's also, you can get it on Blu-ray, 4K, and then there's a special Steelbook edition that's going to be coming out, which has some alternate artwork on the covers and everything. I think that's going to be pretty interesting. I'll probably just go with the basic Blu-ray.
I do have steel boxes, but it's not a mandatory thing. I guess I'll check it out if it's really cool. Maybe I'll grab it, But yeah, it's not. Doesn't really necessarily a mandatory thing. The regular edition will probably be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to go regular Blu-ray. The Steelbook, I think the artwork on it isn't nearly as good as your basic edition Blu-ray.
Right.
I was not impressed.
I mean, it looks all right, but it's just not. I like that classic just poster image of the mask, and that's what I like.
I mean, if you're into collecting the stuff, it's there for you. But
and it's an extra $12 or whatever.
Right. Nothing special.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to point out was what's missing from this edition. And I'm sure they'll have something along with another release later down the road. But the main thing that I found was missing, which would have been great for this movie, is a commentary track. And nothing I've read includes a commentary track. And even a couple of people have commented online already about that there's not one on there with director, stars, writer, whatever. I would have loved to have seen that, even though if it had been David Gordon Green, Jason Blum, Jamie Lee Curtis, and maybe James Dude Courtney and Nick Castle, I would have liked that lineup. Now, if they'd have thrown in that other shitbag Eastbound and Down Stroke Fest writer or whatever, I would not have liked that. But that's the one thing I would like to have seen in this. I mean, you guys would obviously agree with that, I would think.
Well, of course.
Yeah, I was almost assuming there was going to be one, so I'm kind of disappointed to hear there's not.
Yeah, I like I said, I hadn't read anything on there about it, and it would have been listed in the details, right. I would assume. But
at least one commentary, if not multiple.
Yeah, maybe even with the younger stars, even. I'd
love to hear one with John Carpenter, his take on the whole movie.
I don't know if he would ever do another commentary, though.
Yeah.
He's said in the past he hates him. Yeah.
Yeah. Some people don't like talking during the movie. I get that. That makes perfect sense.
I mean, obviously, after you've viewed it several times, you go, okay, I'd like to watch it, but let's see what they got. Let's hear what they're talking about. And that's when you usually hear some really cool stories of, right here, this is what happened.
Right.
The director of sound dropped the coffee on his nuts and fucking screamed, and you can hear right here. Listen, it's something like that. I always dig that. I think that's cool.
Anything else to add on this, guys?
I don't think it's possible because I don't think they said they can release it, but that alternate ending sometime in the future would be great, but I don't think it's possible. Right. But remember, they had that test show with audiences way back early last year, and they changed the ending, so we know it was made a different way. Mm-hmm. Apparently, maybe Lori dies or something, so, how long did it take part 6 of Halloween to finally get that producer's cut out? So. Oh,
jeez, yeah.
So I know the footage is out there. I'd definitely be interested in seeing that, because that's kind of how I thought it would end, with her getting killed. So.
Now, I would like to have seen the alternate ending included as well. My prediction is they're saving a couple of things for another special edition once the sequel is about to come out. Yeah, I mean, that's just me. That's a marketing thing. I get it, but come on. Come on.
Give it up.
Hook a brother up. Well, that's I guess that's it for Halloween, so thank you, Halloween 2018. We'll see you on my DVD shelf soon. It does drop January 15th, which was just a few days ago as of the release of this show. So go pick it up. Find your local retailer. Woo!
I can't imagine that there is any stone left unturned regarding this film. If you've been watching the show, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Not from us. The only other thing is maybe us doing a commentary with it later down the road, like we did with the 1978 Halloween. Little plug for another video that's out there if you haven't seen it yet. We watch Halloween with you, and we talk about it a little bit, just for fun. Go look it up.
We crack wise. There's some good nuggets in there.
All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for Let's Go Camping. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back right after this. Stick around.
Never, ever, ever, under any circumstances say, I'll be right back. Because you won't be back.
I'm getting another beer. You want one?
Yeah, sure. I'll be right back.
Hi, this is Danielle Harris, and you're watching Death Curse Society.
Welcome back to Death Curse Society. I'm still Redcranke, and I've still got the Moly, the Colonel, and the Zigzag. We're going to take you, get your hands warm up a little bit. We're going to take you for a little stories around the campfire time. Come on in. Come on.
I don't want to scare anyone, but I'm going to give it to you straight about Jason.
Hey, come back, come back!
Our first topic for stories around the campfire this time is we're going to kind of encapsulate all the bigger horror releases that are coming to theaters in 2019 just for you. We're going to go, a few at a time and just kind of discuss it briefly on each one. If we have anything to say, there are some that I have nothing to say, but there are some I'm excited for. So let's get into this. All right. Friday, February 8th, The Prodigy comes out. And we'll talk a little bit more about this because we got a trailer to show you here in a minute. Also, February 14th, Happy Death Day to You, sequel to Happy Death Day. The Turning on Friday, February 22nd. And then Jordan Peele's Us on March 22nd. Let's talk about these real quick for just the first few. Let's see. Colonel, which one of those, any of those striking your fancy, lighting your fire, sticking a finger up your hoo-ha?
Anybody who watched our last episode knows I'm really thrilled about the release for Us. Out of those four, that's the one I'm definitely going to see. Jordan Peele can't do no wrong at this time. Until he does something wrong, then we're all like, oh. But until he proves me wrong, I'm going to keep supporting his shit.
Sounds good. Yeah, I think Us is the one I'm most excited for. Prodigy looks interesting, kind of omenish. You got a little fucking demon kid, whatever. Like I said, we'll talk about that here in a minute. The other two, not really too worried about. Ziggy, any of these four strike your fire?
I did check out all the trailers I could on anything that was available on most of this list. So, but what did stick out to me, obviously, was Us. Looks hands down. I mean, not even straight horror, but it looks way more entertaining than some of the stuff on here. Mm-hmm. Honestly, you guys skipped over The Turning, and that's a Henry James novella. And it's a modern take on a story called The Turn of the Screw. I have to say, you might want to check this one out, man. It looks like it could be interesting. But Happy Death Day 2, that's the one. I saw the first one, and I did appreciate the angle they took, and the storyline was kind of original and fresh, but this one looks straight comedy, just mocking itself kind of thing. They're going to go Sharknado on this is what it looks like to me. You know what I mean? Just really, really ridiculous, over the top. So, I mean, that one, you can keep it. So it's Us, The Turning, and The Prodigy to me just looks like another kid getting fucked with by supernatural spirits kind of thing. So I don't know. There better be something noteworthy for me to get in to see that one.
How about you, Molly? Any of those light you?
Well, I definitely agree with Us. I'm that definitely, I might have to see that in the theater, and that's saying a lot coming from me. You know, I don't go to the theater much. Happy Death Day 2, you? No. Haven't watched the first one, have no intention to watch the first one or this one, so no. No.
Groundhog's Day with a serial killer, that's what that is.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, let's just keep waking up and reliving the same shit over and over. Yeah, that's what I want to see.
Well, the thing that bothered me, especially when I first saw the Happy Death Day to You trailer, I didn't like the fact that they gave away the ending of the first one. And because I haven't seen the first one. It didn't appeal to me. So I skipped it. And then I see the trailer for the second one and it's, oh, well, this chick killed me. Well, thanks. Now don't have to watch the first one. You just saved me 90 minutes of my life. So maybe 3 hours of my life, because I'm not really sure I'm going to go see that year's second one either. So, all right. Moving down the list a little bit. One of the ones I'm most excited about for the years in this list. So April 1st, Pet Sematary, the remake. April 12th, Hellboy, the remake. April 19th, The Curse of La Lorna, which is a brand new story, actually, for people that have followed Latino and Mexican background horror stories. And then May 24th, Brightburn. And then May 31st, Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Let's talk about these five for a little bit. Let's start with Moley on this one.
All right. Well, Pet Sematary, I will watch. I will check out. I don't know about the theater, but I am looking forward to seeing it.
Godzilla, the biggest thing that makes me even want to look at that at all is the fact that Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things is in it, along with Vera Farmiga, who is, in my opinion, one of those just far underestimated actresses. I mean, you hardly ever hear her talking about it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love her in Bates Motel.
Oh, yeah.
And a bunch of other stuff. Ziggy, which one of these you got the most excitement about?
For me, it's the nostalgia thing. As a kid, where I grew up in Michigan, near Detroit, they had every year something called Godzilla Week, and they'd show every day one of the old ones from the 60s, And you came home from school, dude, this was like, that was it, man. We were there. We were having dinner in front of the TV. So, and I enjoyed the one 4 years ago. So, I mean, I'm down for Godzilla, King of Monsters. I can't wait to see King Ghidorah without fishing lines hanging from his wings and stuff, I think that'll be pretty cool. Brightburn, we have here a child superhero, looks like kind of a Superman story, arrives on Earth. Not all for good, justice in the American way. He looks like he's got a little sinister line to him. The Curse of, what is it we got here? La Lorna.
Yes.
Now, I looked into this, and James Wan is all over this. So the creepy factor will probably be pretty high on it. The trailer looks good. Pretty typical, malicious demon kind of thing, trying to get kids for whatever reason this time, but we don't really know yet. But I mean, it looks interesting. James Wan, what doesn't he do that isn't at least a little bit, get your hair standing up a bit. So I'll probably go see that one. I was a huge fan of Hellboy. I'm not a fan of the comics at all, but when I went and saw Ron Perlman in the original series, I loved it. I thought it was a great story, written excellent. The side characters and monsters were all very cool. This is a complete reboot. He looks cool. The trailer looks cool, but I don't know. I am torn. I will go see this, though. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then we got Pet Sematary, of course. My thoughts are still the same. I'm not sure this movie needed to be remade, but as I do support most mainstream horror like this, and it is a remake, and it's Stephen King, I'll be there. I'll check it out, and we'll break it down here for you, of course. But hoping that the Twisted Back Sister story is fleshed out a bit more in that one. That's my hope, So,
based on the trailer, it looks like it might be a little bit more. We'll see. Mm-hmm. And for the the Curse of La Lorna, my lesbian friend has been talking about this for like 6 months already. So I know she wants to go see it as soon as it comes out. So I will see that one, that's for sure. Colonel, which one do you like most on this list?
My goodness. This is a difficult choice because there's not a whole lot on this list I'm looking forward to. Pet Sematary, I'm not really that big of a fan of the original. I don't even think it's the best Stephen King movie adaptation they've even made.
No.
Hellboy, being a reboot, I'm not too thrilled on that. He looks like he has a fucking pill addiction compared to Ron Perlman and Guillermo del Toro's Hellboy. So by default, I'm going to go with Godzilla. I mean, I do appreciate a good Godzilla film. Really don't consider it horror, more sci-fi. Yeah. But it's a movie about monsters, man. How can you not like it? It's going to be a huge summer blockbuster. So out of those, I'll stick with Godzilla.
I got you. The one I'm most excited for is Pet Sematary because I'm a big Stephen King fan. So I hope we come back to it saying, okay, yeah, it needed to be remade. They remade a good film. I hope that's how we come back to it, but we'll see. All right, next up, right around summertime, here we go, folks. We got Child's Play, the reboot, coming out June 21st. Grudge, a reboot, also on June 21st. That's going to pit two reboots together, which I think is a bad idea, at least for The Grudge. 47 Meters Down, Uncaged on June 28th. Annabelle 3, July 3rd, adding on to the Conjuring universe. And then Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, August 9th, which is a big release for a lot of people that remember the books from their childhood days. They're getting excited about that. Let's talk about this group. Let's start with Ziggy. What do you like in there?
Yeah, not much in this batch. Help me out here. Is this the Child's Play reboot from the studio, or is this the one with the actual creator? He's doing the TV show, correct?
This is the studio one.
Right. So the unblessed remake. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it better wow me. Obviously, we got to go see that one because it's one of the big ones, you know. But I don't have high hopes for it at all. Very low expectations because you don't have the same guy voicing it. You know, I mean, that's the character of Chucky is Brad Dourif, you know what I mean? So without him in there and just I don't really know if it's a straight remake from the first one or just reboot. You know, it's usually, I guess reboot is the safe word these days for this kind of thing, but I'm not excited. I don't know, man. It just this franchise has been losing momentum for years, you know, and they've been kind of cranking out some shit films, in my opinion. You know, the first three were pretty good. And a remake here, I much rather would have seen something with the creator of the character involved for a movie, but I guess we got the TV show to see on that. The Grudge, listen, Hollywood, haven't you learned your lesson with the Rings reboot there, with the little merger thing, okay? This ain't gonna work, man. Nobody gives a fuck about this stuff. You're fucking up again. Once again. Next. Annabelle 3. First two didn't scare me. I don't know, man. Maybe this doll thing doesn't work on me. I feel the creepiness, but it just never quite materializes for me. So I'm passing on this one. Sorry. And then, you know, the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I've been following the artwork for years, much like you boys, I'm sure, and these books. I'm curious. Yeah, I'm down. Looks like it'd be a fun time. Probably a good date movie or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Molly, what are you looking forward into that group?
Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I'll probably check that out. I don't know if I'm looking forward to it, but, you know, we'll see. 47 Meters in the Dark, or Uncaged. I don't recall if I've seen any of them, if that's second or third one. But, you know, shark movies can be scary, you know. You know, of course, Jaws. But, you know, for most people who don't know, Shallows. If you haven't seen The Shallows, beautiful movie. Watch that. If you want a good shark movie, I think that is right there with Jaws. Shallows is fantastic. And the cinematography is beautiful. Beautiful movie. Anyway, I know that's not what we're talking about. But Child's Play, yeah. Everybody knows I despise Chucky. I love Brad Dourif, but I despise Chucky, so I have no interest in this. But for the sake of the show, I'll probably watch it. Annabelle 3, I may have seen the first Annabelle. I've seen The Conjuring. I didn't see The Nun. So, I'd probably have to watch them in sequence, if I were to watch Annabelle 3. I'm not completely against it. Grudge. If there's one movie I can't stand in the horror genre, is the Grudge movies. You go to our pawn shop, you got a horror section that's just one huge section of Grudge movies. And there's a reason for that, because it sucks. If you like The Grudge, fuck off. I don't care. The movie sucks. Both of them. And now you're doing The Grudge, or Grudge. I mean, what?
Well.
Okay, then. Well, yeah. That's what I got.
Well,
terrible crap.
Well, that's Moley telling us how he really feels about Japanese horror. I agree, though. I mean, I
Some
think
Japanese horror is doable, but not that. Ugh.
Yeah, I just think it's a done trend. Zach, you had something to add?
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I have nothing against Japanese horror, but what the problem is, you picked one movie that made a splash over there, and you're fucking running it into the ground. And it's exactly the same thing. This is what killed the Friday the 13th reboot, or the sequel to the reboot, or the reboot, whatever the fuck it was. Here we are with Nightmare on Elm Street looming. They're trying to get it together, and The Grudge is going to come out here and bomb, as it's going to do. We all know it. And then here we go again. Oh, horror's dead. You get some fat cats in Hollywood, and then we'll see nothing good again until somebody gets bold enough to make another Halloween-type movie. God damn it, I brought it up again. Sorry, guys.
Man.
Say Halloween.
I brought Halloween up again. I'm going to fire myself for that.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
We'll do the rest of the show without Zach. Yeah. We'll do the rest of the show without Zach. No, hey, the fuck on. Hey. What are you doing? Even Michael Myers on his shirt is flipping you off.
Man.
Sorry.
Colonel. Anything in that list?
Yeah. Let me start from the top, though. For the ones I can remember. Child's Play. Another shark movie. Another fucking shitty J-horror movie. Sorry, people, I can't stand fucking J-horror. I don't care if it's an American, fucking true Japanese. I can't do that shit. But we do, as a 90s kid, we do have a Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark movie coming out with the great Guillermo del Toro's name attached to it. So you know you're going to see some fucked up shit in this movie, and it's going to be fucking beautiful. Beautiful. It could be fucking terrible, and I'm going to see this movie opening night.
Yeah.
Fucking Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, man. How can you not like that? We all read that shit growing up, man. And the artwork, especially like the first book, oh, the skeleton bitch missing an eyelid. Shit, that scared me more than the fucking stories, man. I'm hoping she makes an appearance.
Oh, I think most of the major art pieces are making an appearance from what I've heard. A lot of people are really, really psyched for that one. That's probably the one out of this list that I'm most excited about. Child's Play coming maybe a close second. Annabelle third in there. Not that I'm excited for the Child's Play reboot. I just want to see what they've done to it. I want to see how much they fuck it up, basically.
No, I'm sorry. I forgot all about Annabelle. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
I think Scary Stories is potentially a huge sleeper here for could be a good film. Maybe could counterbalance the fucking Grudge. You know what I mean? If it's good enough. So
I think so. Well, and like I said in the opening to this little segment, Child's Play and The Grudge coming out the same weekend.
Yeah.
I have a feeling one of those is going to either get. Well, I have a feeling The Grudge is going to get bumped back or maybe moved up or something. Because it can't hang with the marketing machine that's going to be behind Child's Play.
They don't give a fuck about either one of those films, the promotion behind it. They'll fucking put them right out in the same day.
That's true too, possibly, but you know, I think the studio that with Child's Play, they're taking a pretty big risk to go away from the creator and try to reboot this. So they may have a little more faith in it than you or I expect them to, but we'll see.
There's the lesson, kids. Don't sign away your properties, your intellectual things you write. Make sure you get a piece when you sell your scripts.
Goddamn right. All right. Club pro tip. All right, closing out the year pretty strong, it looks like. We've got It Chapter 2 on September 6th, Zombieland 2 October 11th, and then Are You Afraid of the Dark also on October 11th. Again, risky move there for those two, but we'll see. Well, I expect one of those to get moved back as well. But let's start with that. I'll start with this one. I'm ready for It. I want It to come out today. I want to see the rest of this. I love the first one that they made a couple years ago. I think this is going to be probably the horror movie of the year, if I had to guess. Will be It Chapter 2. Zombieland 2, yeah, I can see some fun with that. And I don't know if it's true or not. And I just saw the headline. I didn't read the article. I saw where Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd were rumored to be coming for Zombieland 2, which, if that's the case, then all right. I'll definitely go see that. The other one, not too worried about. Colonel, your thoughts on those last three?
Fuck, man. This is what I've been waiting for. Very skeptical of It, Chapter 1 at this point, when it was released. That was a good fucking movie, man. Hell yeah, I'm ready for Chapter 2. Zombieland 2? Fuck yeah, man. Tallahassee is like one of the greatest characters in any fucking zombie film ever made. I love the guy. You have no idea how bad I wanted to paint a number 3 on the side of my car because this motherfucker like Dale Earnhardt so much. So, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Of course I'm looking forward to this movie. Every Saturday night as a kid, I watched Are You Afraid of the Dark for fucking 5 years. Okay, that was my Tales from the Crypt before my parents went to sleep and I can actually watch Tales from the Crypt. But while I'm looking forward to Are You Afraid of the Dark, I know this movie's going to be absolutely shit, but I'll still go watch it.
Very nice. Yeah, there are some on here that, like I expect Child's Play to be terrible, but that's why I want to go see it. Well, Molly, I know you're excited for It. Talk to us.
Oh, indeed. Indeed. Few horror movies of a remake I can say I enjoy more than the original. And It, Chapter 1, took the cake on that one. I love the original Pennywise, but the original movie, this remake, knocked it out. It's hard to say that when a remake can beat the original, but this time it did. So I'm definitely looking forward to Chapter 2. See how it continues. I think it's going to be phenomenal. Probably best horror movie of the year, hands down. Zombieland 2. I mean, you got the same characters. You're damn right. This is going to be a wild, fun ride. I mean, everybody likes Zombieland, and for one reason or another, it was a fun movie. You know, dealing with the zombie apocalypse in a fun way. You know, it wasn't the same type of humor as like a Shaun of the Dead, but you know, it had its humor. So it should be a fun ride too, right there at the end of the year. And what's the other one? I didn't watch that show in the 90s.
Yeah, Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Are You Afraid of the Dark? I think I remember hearing about it. I mean, I'm your age, Colonel, but I don't recall even watching that. Remember, I was watching Tales from the Crypt in the 90s.
Yeah.
I was
That's
too.
what I saw in the 90s.
It was just...
Are You Afraid of the Dark? Was that a little more like, you know, PG-ish?
Well, yeah, it was on Nickelodeon, man.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I know that show. No, I didn't watch that. No.
All right. Ziggy, what do you got on these three?
Yeah, it's these are some big films. Well, two of them are. I'll just get that out of the way right now. I did not watch the show in the 90s. I was into other things, you know, pot mostly. But,
Speed metal.
Yeah. Speed metal, yeah, exactly. I mean, I think I was a little bit beyond it. I mean, Nickelodeon for me ended with you can't do that on television. That was the last time I watched regularly, you know what I mean? So we're talking late 80s. So I missed this. I do remember it being on the air, though, and appreciating that there was some horror products aimed at kids. So I remember feeling that way about it. Never saw one episode, so go fuck yourself. Zombieland 2 I am very excited about. Now, this isn't a horror movie per se. This is a dark comedy. You know, it's weird. Yeah. It's like The Walking Dead's a drama and a thriller and surrounded by zombies. This is, dark comedy with the same kind of thing. And Shaun of the Dead, it's tongue-in-cheek because not supposed to know what's going on with the zombie thing. This is right on the nose, and they're out, and, I want to see him go crazy with the, the kill of the week and that more of that kind of stuff that they did in the movie. That was Tallahassee, as you guys said, fucking amazing character. And looking forward to see Woody and Eisenberg, all them guys back in there again. And it'd be hard to fuck this up. Just have more fun, more blood, more deaths, and you're gonna win.
Exactly.
And finally, we come back and get to close the chapter on it and see the adult versions of these great characters, this great writing, and I cannot wait to see how these actors can take those kids and connect them. That's going to be the cool thing about it. And let's face it, if you've read the book It, you know that shit hits the fan pretty fucking quick in the second half when they're adults. So this will be the top horror movie of the year by far, as Halloween was last year. It did beat the original It. They don't have anything in front of it this year for 2019. So It Part 2, I expect that to take the cake, as it were. Be the best and good too.
Yeah, I'm the same way, and I'm partially excited for Zombieland 2 as well, but not quite as much. But it sounds like out of our overall list, It is the one we're most excited for.
It is it.
It is it.
It is it. 2019.
There's your hashtag, baby.
Yeah. Followed by probably Us, maybe. And then
that seems to be the consensus.
Yeah.
Zombieland 2, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I'd probably go in that order.
Us is going to have to really suck to not make that top 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Us lets me down, and
Yeah, we'll see. All right. Well, let's dive into one of these movies, the one that comes out the soonest. Prodigy is in theaters on February 8th. Here's a quick trailer. Check this out, and we'll be right back.
Did you really just say that? Nurturing genius.
He's our little prodigy. Miles isn't wired like other kids. His intelligence is off the charts. I don't have an exact score, but it'll be very high. He's special.
Mommy, what's wrong with me?
Miles is having a very difficult time making friends. I want you to tell me everything that you remember.
I don't remember anything.
Miles's brain is extremely well developed. He may need a specialist.
You must be Miles. Miles is dangerous. I don't feel safe with him in the house.
Oh my God. He's so different now. I feel like I don't know him.
Mommy, will you always love me? No matter what I do?
All right, so that's a little bit of a look at the Prodigy. Pretty short trailer. Doesn't really tell too much, but it gives you the idea that some kid's going through some stuff, maybe possessed, supernatural control over him or whatever. The mother brings a doctor in to help him out and see what they can figure out. What happens next? What's wrong with Miles is the tagline, I think. I don't know. It looks interesting, but it kind of looks more like a modern day Omen clone to me. Maybe minus the devil. I don't know. We'll see. Ziggy, why don't you start the discussion on this? What do you think?
Been there, Done that. This doesn't look anything new. You said it right there. Omen, Exorcist, watered down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see what this could possibly offer in originality, in my opinion. Might probably have a couple of creepy moments. Is that worth the price of admission? Probably not. That's where I'm going to stand on it. Not looking forward to this one.
Fair enough. Molly, anything to add?
No, probably just an overhyped, fucked up kid. I mean, you want to see messed up, possessed kids. I mean, there's plenty of them on Prime or Netflix. I'm sure you can come across some fucked up children with some sort of demonic thing happening in their head. I mean, it's been done to death. I mean, it's all over the place because apparently kids are scary. I mean, I don't get it, but you know, maybe if it's your own, I would get that in real life. It would definitely be scary, but in a movie, somebody else's kid, you get the fuck out. No.
All right, Colonel.
No. Been there, done that. Supernatural kid. People die. I seen that movie before, and there's not going to be a fucking sequel, bitch. So let's keep moving.
That's right. Moving on.
All right. So, yeah, fuck you, Prodigy, I guess. I'll probably go see it. I don't know. We'll see. Our next topic on Stories Around the Campfire has to do with the Escape Room, which just released a couple weeks ago. I went and saw it. Yeah. Colonel likes to do his best mime impersonation.
You're stuck.
He's in a box. Don't worry about him.
I can't get out. I'm in an escape room.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to get out?
I did go see it. It wasn't terrible. If that is a good review, I don't know. It's almost worth a view. It does have some pretty tense moments in it. I will give it that much. But it was the characters I didn't give a shit about. I doubt you guys will either. The story was pretty generic, except for like the reason that these characters all come together in this escape room. That was a kind of an interesting twist, but it didn't pay off enough. The ending was very generic. And here's the thing. If you are going to put out a movie with an ensemble cast, especially like a survival kind of thing, and you know each room is going to take at least one of these characters out, if you're doing a movie like this, don't put one actress on the poster. Because you know why? You know that bitch is going to live. So you already have like 90% of the movie figured out. And that is the biggest thing that irritates me about this movie. When Scream came out, you know what they did? They put Drew fucking Barrymore on the poster, along with a couple other people. Yeah. And you're thinking, biggest star in the movie, Drew Barrymore. She's going to live she's a survivor. First, you know that was the first fucking thing that went through your head. 10 minutes into the movie, Drew Barrymore's gone. That worked. That worked. Escape room, sticking the one character on there, no, doesn't work.
No.
You put all 5 or 6 of the characters that are in there on there. You make them a puzzle. That's how you do it. I'm in marketing. If you guys need some help, let me know. But that's it. It's worth a view, but you can wait for video. Yeah, I'd give it a 5.
A 5.
A 5 out of 10. So, I know you guys haven't seen it. I saved it for you. That's all you need to know.
Well, I appreciate your sacrifice.
And there will be a sequel. And in fact, this looks like it's going to be a franchise kind of thing. This is one of those movies that they can make every year pretty cheap and get away with. So, and you know, we'll see. I hope the rest of them don't suck, but I have a feeling they will. Moving on, we're going to talk a little bit about video games. I'm going to let Molly take most of this one, but Resident Evil drops January 25th. Resident Evil 2, I guess I should say. On is it on gaming consoles, PS4, Xbox, all that?
Everything.
All right. Yes. Molly, talk to us a little bit about Resident Evil 2. I know you're excited.
Oh, indeed. As you can see, a little setup back here. But yes, Resident Evil 2. Oh yes. Been waiting on this puppy for a few years now. Since the PS4, they've been redoing the Resident Evil series. They redid Origins, as you can see here, which had 0 and the original redone. 4 they didn't like redo, but they made it for the PS4, so it's a little sharper. 5 and 6 they pumped out on there, and of course Biohazard, the 7th one, which was just completely different type of Resident Evil game, but fucking scary as shit. Great fucking game. Now to continue it, I mean, the next iconic one is Resident Evil. I mean, everybody loves Resident Evil 1, 2, and 4. 4 is probably everybody's favorite, but 2 needed to be redone because it still had that old original PlayStation square everything, and it just stupid controls, you know, but it was a great fucking game. And most people know the franchise, know Resident Evil 2 is, if not your favorite, one of the top 2 because 4 is so damn good. So I've been looking forward to this for a couple years, and it's finally coming out on my channel, Molly Michael. You will be seeing streams if I'm able to stream. I think Capcom may have something going on, or they don't allow it. But if they don't, I'll try to make videos and do something with that. But I know 2 of the other guys here, Zay and Colonel, are also Resident Evil fans and of the second game, so I know they're going to be all over this game. It looks like they're going to do everything. Follow the original. You're going to have both scenarios for Claire and Leon. You're going to have the extra missions with Hunk and Tofu. They even show the trailer where Tofu's running in the sewer, little shit piece of food. What are you doing, boy, with that knife? You can't get in there? No, you ain't know about nothing. So the graphics just look phenomenal. They had a 30-minute playthrough. Colonel will talk about, because I didn't do it, but I watched a few YouTubers play it. And they let you get, you know, a little into it, and then they cut you off. It's like, nope, that's as far as you go. So definitely leaves you hanging. That nice tease, but I don't know. I think it's been since Friday came out I was this excited for a video game. So Resident Evil is my franchise when it comes to video games. I think they're it. You know, it's the it of video games for horror. So yeah.
Ziggy, you got anything to add on that?
I absolutely agree. This one on the original PlayStation back in the day was this was the first game I ever pre-ordered at what is GameStop now. It used to be called Funkoland. Nice. And I still have my Raccoon City Police Department trucker hat that I got for buying the game, you know, pre-ordering. I loved it. I loved it because it was, you know, it was zombies, it was horror, you know, it didn't sound like the Japanese voiceovers that they put in the first one with a 5-second delay in between the conversation pieces. So it worked, you know, and then this game scared the shit out of me several times throughout it, you know, jump scares, legitimate jump scares where you're dropping the controller, spilling pop on yourself. It was bad, you know. But seeing this and looking at the trailer and watching some of these playthrough videos, everyone got that 30 minutes to give it a try. And man, does it look sweet. I'm in. I can't wait.
Colonel, did you play one of the 30-minute?
Yes, I did. Resident Evil 2 is my favorite installment in the franchise. And I'm a little disappointed we have not had a remake or an upgraded version of it since its original release. So when they first announced it a couple years ago, I've been stoked. Patiently waiting. Ta-da! Here's your 30-minute demo. Holy fuck. Tension the entire fucking time. I'm sitting like this with my controller, listening. Nice. Oh, where's these zombies coming from? Where are they coming from? By the end of the demo, my health was at caution. Only found 1 green herb in the whole entire fucking place. I was out of handgun ammo. Only had 3 shotgun shells left. And my knife was halfway dead. In 30 fucking minutes. I'm fucked when this game comes out. But I cannot wait to play it. Cannot wait.
Yeah, I'd say about at least 60% of everything you guys just said. Just I have no idea. So. Well, it sounds like you guys are ready for it. Pick it up on January 25th. That's when it drops in stores. Woo!
Woo! Nature
Resident Evil. Oh, no.
2.
Hey, I don't know, Crank, you're not really a gamer per se like these two guys are, you know, I mean, especially Molly, but I'm a casual gamer. That's what I would declare myself. But this one, is special to me because I actually defeated it. I did it. And not a lot of games I could ever actually finish. I mean, and this one, the payoff was so fucking good when you finally got there and won.
Right.
I just hope it's half as good as that. And shit, I hope I still have any kind of dexterity to do it.
From what I've seen, it looks tougher. It looks tougher than the original.
Yeah.
Oh, it is, man. I hope they have a fucking super easy mode on it so I can enjoy it.
Yeah,
so they put it to the tire and just chase you around the fucking police station. You got lickers coming in from one side, zombies at the other. You don't know what the fuck to do. You got fucking no ammo. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, I was literally running with Leon like, oh shit, just trying to get back where I knew it was clear.
Next on Stories Around the Campfire, a little bit of interesting pre-production news. It sounds like New Line Cinema is going to be rebooting the Final Destination franchise. According to The Hollywood Reporter, that's what's in the plans. And Melton and Dunstan, the writers behind several of the Saw movies, are working on the script. They also wrote the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and we'll see. I didn't mind like the first couple of Final Destinations, but I don't know. The last one was what, 2011? The fifth one or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Final Destination, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Colonel, what do you think about this?
All right, I've always looked at the Final Destination movies as a comedy of Darwinism. Okay, I know I'm throwing out some big words out here for some people, but it's survival of the fittest, death, you can't escape death, blah, 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 blah. I mean, having the writers from Saw come in gives me a little hope that the deaths will be interesting, because let's be honest, that's the only reason I'm going to watch the fucking movie. So they made the same movie 5 fucking times already. Soon about to be 6 fucking times. Same goddamn movie. So we watch it for the deaths. That's it. We're sick fuckers. Let me see how this hoe's going to die. That's about all I got to say. I mean, I'm not thrilled about it. I've seen this fucking movie already.
Yeah, exactly.
New innovative deaths, and I'll be fucking happy. I'll watch it on Vudu, and you guys get my fucking $5 from there instead of my $7.50 from the fucking theater.
Yeah, it's a glorified snuff film, basically. Zag.
Yeah, man, I'm with you. It's frustrating because Colonel mentioned that the Saw writers are on board now. Like that franchise hasn't been written into the fucking ground already, too. But here's the thing: Final Destination, the movies where the actors, it does not matter. Tell me one person who's been at any of these movies. One actor or actress.
I don't even.
Tony Todd, motherfucker.
I'll wait.
Well, Colonel said Tony Todd.
Tony motherfucking Todd.
No. He is not one of the fucktards getting wiped out by death. This is what the premise is about, is death catching up to you, and by fluke chance, someone has a premonition or something, avoids it, and then are stalked by death for the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
And everybody takes clever and violent. Yeah, right. Splatter deaths, all just, that's the best thing about it, is that how are they going to take the people out, dispatch them in the most, despicable and clever ways possible. But, we've seen it all before. What could they really do that's going to make this live again? I don't see it can be done, really, So, no, again, hate to be a dick today, man, but I pass. I'm not interested in 90% of these stupid reboots that they keep coming out with and trying to rehash shit that we've already done. Take a spin on it, do something different with it, somehow I'll tell it from Death's side. What's sending it, I don't do an origin story on that, do something different.
I just had an interesting theory popping in my head about this. Maybe one of the reasons why I'm not so hip on Final Destination, besides the fact that they suck, is I grew up in the era of VHS, like video stores. That was what we had. we went to the video store once a week, normally, at least, to get movies for, a couple days. I also grew up in the time when you could rent one of, I think, 4 different editions of Faces of Death. If you guys don't know what Faces of Death is out there, viewing audience, find something about it. You'll enjoy it. Maybe you'll enjoy it.
Well, depending on the type of person you are.
Right. I mean, I grew up with Faces of Death, and you couldn't get this in every video store. I don't think Blockbuster ever carried it.
No.
Showbiz never carried it. You had to go to some like weird little mom and pop, little, like tucked in the back of a convenience store, video store to find this, because it was so. What it is, it's real footage of deaths.
Real.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Some of it is real.
The gorilla scenes where there's a gorilla in Ecuador killing somebody, that's real.
Right.
The multi-camera shots of the parachuter landing in an alligator pit, fake. The bear attacks, anything where the camera changes angles when it's a video camcorder.
Exactly.
Figure it out.
Exactly.
Real quick, though, to get you on, you want to see the real shit, Traces of Terror.
Yes, that's it.
This one features the Bud Doyer suicide that everybody talks about. So, I mean, that's the one that's real, and that disturbed me more than Faces of Death did, But we did see them all. You're right. There's 4 or 5 or 6 Faces of Death, and they were all okay. But
they were entertaining. They were tense,
Right, you didn't know what you were going to see.
Right.
The other thing is, in the early days of the internet, there was some real fucking snuff films on there too.
Oh, indeed.
I can't remember the name of the site that
Rotten.com. It had to have been Rotten.com.
May have been
all my fucked up shit.
Rotten.com.
It may have been that.
E-Bombs World.
No, it wasn't that. Yeah, I thought it had somebody's name in it, but it wasn't E-Bombs World. But yeah, there was some fucked up shit on the internet early. I mean, there's some fucked up shit now, but early on, if you went to the wrong place, you could find some twisted ass shit. I'm pretty sure I saw I remember one girl like having sex, and then all of a sudden a pillow goes over her face and a gun just comes out of nowhere and pops the pillow open on. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I thought it was a sex video.
I've seen that.
Yeah. Huh. I remember seeing that early on in internet stuff. It wasn't even I don't even think it was a internet. It may have been just like message boards.
Right.
Just before
people would share shit. Yeah. Post shit.
Yeah. Molly, talk to us about Final Destination, but that may be why I hate Final Destination.
Fair enough.
Are you excited? Are you excited for it at all?
Well, I've always viewed the Final Destination. I mean, the first one was kind of a little bit different because it was your first one. You didn't really know what to expect from these movies. And once you saw it, like, okay, I can deal with that. Final Destination, sure. But then you try to do, the second one, I mean, the whole highway thing, that was interesting too. But, I guess it kind of made you look at certain accidents that could happen around your house. Or something, oh, well, maybe I tripped over this and this thing will cut me in half. It's like, yeah, okay, like that's going to happen. But the only reason I continued to watch them as they made more was the death scenes, of course. Pretty much why I watched Saw after 3 on, 4 through 7, was for the death scenes. Because every Saw movie was the same fucking movie, just new traps and ways to kill people. So now that you're mixing people from Saw with Final Destination, you're probably going to get some really cool death scenes, but, I don't really see the point of it. I'm probably going to watch it, but definitely not in theater. I'll check it out because I'm intrigued by interesting kills. I also owned Faces and Traces of Death is what I had. I had Traces of Death.
Yes.
And I remember seeing some of that shit with the gorilla dudes down there, fucking getting a guy fucking cutting his nuts off and putting them in his mouth and then cutting his head off right on camera, just sawing it. I'm like, woo, baby, hot damn. So, and if for you other weird fuckers out there, there's shit on the dark web that you can find if you wanna see stuff like that, and that's what fucking turns you on. It's out there. I mean, we're horror movie fans, and you get a horror movie. It doesn't mean we're saying, "Hey, go watch somebody really get killed." I mean,
No.
you know, that's not what we're trying to promote here. But it's out there if you're interested, and you know.
Oh, if they're interested, I'm sure they know what's out there.
Right.
That
Yeah. If
person
you're
found
interested, you should have already found it. So.
will not be responsible for any viruses or weird shit you pick up going on the dark web. So
No
be forewarned.
shit. Yeah. Viewer beware. I guess we can wrap up that conversation by saying, fuck you, Final Destination Reboot. One thing we didn't talk about in this is, I love the fact that New Line is so focused on wanting to get Final Destination rebooted, but, man,
Yeah.
I wish I knew of another character or another franchise that people are clamoring for to come back in the horror world.
No, gosh, what is that?
Man, I don't know.
What's his name? He's got things on his finger.
It's a dream on Main Street? Or
I don't know.
Frank?
Night Reed. Night something.
Who knows?
Nightmare.
Man? We're terrible. We're terrible at this show anyway. We can't think of his name. Whatever.
They figured out a way to forget about me, to erase me completely. Being dead wasn't a problem, but being forgotten, now that's a bitch. I can't come back if nobody remembers me. I can't come back if nobody's afraid.
Anyway, that's it for stories around the campfire. Fuck you, New Line Cinema. We're going to take another quick break, and we'll be back to wrap up the show right after this. Stick around.
I'll be right back. Don't get dressed.
Do you like Death Curse Society?
Support the DCS by advertising with us. We have several different ways to advertise. Sponsor a segment or a complete show, 30 or 60-second commercials, product placements or service discussion, banner ads with links on our interactive website, full website page sponsorships, get Facebook and Twitter mentions from our host or special guest, special shout-outs on our YouTube channel, and more. You can even advertise regionally through our website and keep your costs down, or ask about our package deals to save even more. Visit our website at deathcursesociety.com and click on the advertising sponsorship link under contact on the main menu. Thanks.
Well, thanks for watching. That's going to wrap it up for Death Curse Society this time around. Let's see. Ziggy, send them out.
Special thanks to Phil Mora for doing all the things that make this thing look as good as it does. Couldn't do it without you, and you can get on it too if you have video projects. It's Phil Mora. That's what it's all about, baby.
Yeah. Colonel.
All right, so you fucking nerds like to live on the internet like all of us. While you're on there, do us a favor. Stop by deathcursesociety.com to get updates, new episodes, past episodes, reviews, interviews, etc., etc. But also, find us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and the Twitter.
What?
Yes. All right. Molly.
You know, we got some shirts around here. Yeah, can you get one there, Zach? We got some shirts around here that we still got a decent stockpile of, so we're going to need you people to go ahead and start buying some. That would be great, right? Yeah, it's right here. There you look at that lovely shirt.
Ooh,
now, they come in all sizes for you thin guys like Crank and Zag. We go all the way up to you big boys like me, Colonel, and even bigger. Hey, shit, like them Canadians. Woo! Oh, did I say something? But
not all Canadians are fat.
Not all Canadians, just the hand ones. Get a shirt, please. You know, support the DCS because we support horror. We support you. You know, give us a little love, and you can get that right out there.
Yes.
PayPal.me/zigzag is DCS.
That guy. Him. He's got them.
Yep. All righty.
You can trust him.
Yeah, exactly. I'd wash it before I wear it when you first get it, though. If you know.
Might be a little sticky.
Why?
Because he uses the shirts.
Yuck. Double yuck. All right, gang. Our next episode is going to be January 31st. We're going to be talking about Happy Death Day to you and hopefully a lot of other stuff. So, for the Moly Michael, for the Colonel, and for Zigzag, this is Redcranke saying DCS out. See you next time.
Stay
Let's go.
That's going to wrap it up for a story.
Ole.
I made myself laugh there too much. I didn't mean to. And then you sticking the finger up, that was perfect.
I was probably 17, maybe 18. Had a buddy of mine over, and me and him got smoked the fuck out. And I was like, hey, man, you want to watch Faces of Death? He was like, hell yeah. So we're watching it, eating fucking Cool Ranch Doritos. Like I said, it's nothing to do with Faces of Death. So we're just in there watching. I look over at him like, you want to try to buy some of my barbecue sauce? Like that. He's like,
yes.
Puke.
Gross.
Do a JR impression real quick before we move on.
My barbecue sauce. Yeah, buddy. Hell no, I wasn't going to kiss his ass.
Hell no, I wasn't going to kiss his ass.